Good evening, Joanne. Hello, everybody. Well, it's nicely set up, isn't it? As the teams are set to emerge from the tunnel here at Turner's Cross. Expecting a full crowd here and a full house, but they've yet to really file in. There's still plenty of empty seats. I'm sure they'll be here very, very shortly to cheer on the Irish. There's absolutely no getting away from it. It's a big, big match for the Republic of Ireland. Friday's slip-up in Drammen in Norway makes this a very, very important game in the group. And, of course, there's still a lot of football to be played, no matter how tonight plays out, but a win against one of football's great powers in Italy would certainly send confidence levels soaring and leave Jim Crawford and the Irish under-21s bullishly looking forward to 2024 and what that might bring. And out they come. It's a little disappointing that not all of the fans have made it for kick-off. Perhaps the traffic around Turner's Cross in Cork is playing a role in that, but I'm sure they'll be here because the news a little earlier was it's a full house, a crowd of around about 5,000 expected, so I'm sure they'll be here very shortly. You mentioned the pedigree and the quality of Italy, 5 times European champions, so that all really principally back in the 90s, winners in 92, 94, 96 and 99 in terms of European champions, and most recently back in 2004 when they defeated Serbia and Montenegro in the final by 3-0. Very special night as well for Anselmo Garcia McNulty leading out the Irish team. Sinclair Armstrong, he certainly enjoyed his last game here at Turner's Cross against San Marino with that scruffy old goal he got, but he's a player of rich confidence and he'll line up alongside his Clondalkin teammate Adamo Maku this evening. Before kick-off, we're going to have the national anthems, and in terms of European and world football, when it comes to national anthems, the Italian anthem is always one to savour. Well, I'm sure there are a few Italian supporters inside Turner's Cross, not too many in evidence so far, it must be said. Now it's time for the Irish national anthem, or On the Bean, to be sung by Nisha Scully from Nina in County Tipperary. Terrific version of Our On the Bean from Nisha Scully from the county of Tipperary. The Irish team all set. The defeat in Norway was deflating, particularly after the Irish had turned it around to lead by 2-1 in that match. But of course, ultimately coughed up 2 further goals to suffer their first loss in Group A. So for tonight, Anselmo Garcia McNulty again captains the side. Josh Keeley, Sam Curtis, Bosun Lawal and Matt Healy all started Ireland's previous 4 games. There are 2 changes from the Norway match, with that Sean Graham coming in to the defence in place of Conor O'Riordan, and Killian Phillips slots in for Cian Levy. Perfect conditions at Turner's Cross for this, the latest assignment for the Republic of Ireland. Swiss officials tonight, led by Lionel Chudi. Italians have yet to concede in qualifying. Lorenzo Parola captains the team from the centre of defence. He's a regular for Salernitana in Serie A. Italy come here after a pretty straightforward 7-0 win over San Marino. Wilfred Nonto of Leeds scored 2 of the goals. Sharon Duras donned the Paris Saint-Germain jersey 3 times in Ligue 1 this season. And up front, Theo Esposito of Spezia, only turned 18 during the course of the summer. Esposito at Spezia in Serie B on loan from Inter Milan. Well, Kenny Cunningham is with me for this one. Kenny, it goes without saying, important for the Irish to try and bounce back after Friday.
Yeah, it certainly is. I think the Irish boys will be smartened with the result over in Norway. They'll be pleased with a lot of aspects of the performance. Adrian, with just a couple of lapses of concentration, second half cost them. And that's what it's like at this level, elite level football. You switch off for a moment and you get exposed. So, yeah, I mean, Jim alluded to it in the pre-match press conference that the lads' real determination amongst the players to get back on the pitch tonight and put in a similar type of performance, just cut out the small lapses of concentration, and hopefully they'll be able to push this very strong Italian team this evening.
Well, the crowd's continuing to pour into Turner's Cross. The Irish team in a huddle. Last few words before kick-off. And as you'd anticipate, the Italians in their famous blue jerseys and blue shorts, the Azzurri, are here. Physically, they're quite a tall, imposing side as well for the Irish to have to face down. So a big night for Jim Crawford and for the Republic of Ireland in terms of their aspirations to qualify for a first ever European Championship finals. Italy with a total of 3 changes. One of the changes is the man who'll get the game in motion, Eduardo Bove. Italy playing from left to right in the first half, so they'll be playing into the shed end of the ground at Turner's Cross, and straight away there's a touch for Prati out to the left-hand side, and Calafiori with a big switch, looking for Esposito. That's a particular move that didn't quite come off straight away for Italy, so it'll be a throw-in for the Republic of Ireland, deep inside their own half, to be taken by Anselmo Garcia McNulty, who was speaking yesterday about his pride in leading out the Republic of Ireland. And he got the call to captain the side against Norway. He got the shout from Jim Crawford on the eve of the match, and straight away, well, almost promptly, he rang his mother to give her the good news, looking quite like a proud Irish mammy. So she was absolutely delighted, I'm sure. And he's doing pretty well so far this season. Garcia McNulty playing with Zwolle in the Eredivisie in the Netherlands, and he's been a regular there.
I like to see that, Adrian. Ireland taking a quick throw in there. Italian switching off, forcing the first corner of the game. And Marco, as you would have expected, razor sharp there, sensing an opportunity to get into the space in behind. It's good to see.
So Matt Healy, a Cork man from Riverstick, just a few miles out the road, to take this corner kick. So Ireland hit the front in the second minute. It was a decent delivery. Oh, Desplanche got himself into all kinds of bother, but the referee has sounded his whistle, and it'll be a free kick, a relieving free kick at that for Italy. Desplanche a little bit uncertain there, but the referee signalled.
It's just a bit of contact from Garcia McNulty, isn't it? Just easing into the goalkeeper. Can't get away with that at all.
As mentioned, the group is very tight, particularly now with Turkey leading in their match against Norway. That game started at 4:30. So still some distance to travel in that one. It's great to see such a big crowd at Turner's Cross for this game. And the pitch, Kenny, Jim Crawford mentioned the pitch. It looks rutted and quite heavy in spots.
Good. Yeah, no excuses. Same for both teams. Old school, you might say. Just got to deal with it. These are the challenges that present themselves. Maybe not too often in the modern game. These younger players will be used to, I'm sure, very slick surfaces. But yeah, no excuses. Same for both teams. Just looking at the shapes, very interesting. Jim was right. Diamond shape for Italy. There's Fabian, the 14, receiving the ball just off the front to of Gonto and Esposito. And Ireland, as expected, going with that kind of back five, midfield three. Looks like Killian Phillips just going to play left of a narrow three in midfield with, of course, Armstrong and Himako up front.
Esposito battling for Italy, away by Boston Lawal for the Republic of Ireland. He's looked so impressive in this qualifying campaign so far. Riccardo Calafiori to take the throw-in. He's been a regular this season at Bologna in Serie A. Back with the skipper, who's making his 17th appearance at under-21 level. That's Lorenzo Pirola. Actually made his debut against the Republic of Ireland a couple of years ago in a 2-0 victory for the Italians in Pisa. So Boston Lawal to take this free kick for Jim Crawford's Ireland. Victory tonight will be huge for Ireland in the context of the group, particularly after events on Friday in Drammen. And it breaks in favour of Italy. Killian Phillips puts in the challenge, and the free kick has been awarded to the visiting side. And a challenge on Fabian.
Yeah, just the problem we're going to have. Fabian just getting into that space in behind that narrow Irish midfield three. It's going to be good communication there between Matt Healy, Adiko and Killian Phillips as well, just to make sure he doesn't keep receiving the ball there. Fabian getting turned and running at our back three.
So Matteo Prati to take this free kick for the Italians. Plenty forward, as you'd expect. Ireland with the line just outside the area. It's a rather flat delivery. And eventually managed to scramble it clear. Bove helping it on for Nonto. A lot of speculation about Nonto's future at Leeds United. Calafiori trying to dig out the cross. And the sting taken out of it by Garcia McNulty, and it runs through to Josh Keeley, the former St. Pat's goalkeeper. These days is at Tottenham Hotspur. 20-year-old from Dunboyne, but Italy with a confident enough start here at Turner's Cross.
Yeah, you're right, Adrian. A big side, big physical presence on the pitch, great athletes. You know, we associate Italian teams, great technical ability, wonderful footballers, but this Italian side very physically imposing as well.
Well, the long ball seeking out Sinclair Armstrong. Cleared away by Capola. And this time the decision goes in favour of Italy. Prati to Capolo, and Zanotti checking inside, and Prati, who's certainly getting on the ball early on here for Italy. And Lorenzo Pirola out to Calafiori, and Prati up on by Esposito for Wilfred Nonto, who scored 2 of the goals against San Marino in that pretty resounding win last Thursday. Italy really putting San Marino to the sword. And the crowd a little subdued so far, Kenny. Perhaps it's the early evening kickoff.
Maybe the freezing temperatures might be playing into that as well. It's interesting watching Prati, Adrian, playing that deep midfield position for the Italians. Going to have to make a decision who's actually going to deal with him. If one of our 2 centre forwards aren't going to drop back in, it's going to be the responsibility of Matt Healy really to drive up and get around his feet. That's a lot of distance for him to travel. You can see him there trying to get tied to him. He's going to have to vacate that deep defensive position. And with Fabian, the number 14, looking to occupy in there, just going to have to get those decisions right. The Irish, certainly midfield 3 and front 2, have got big decisions to make when we haven't got possession of the ball.
Free kick to Ireland for the challenge on Killian Phillips. Big night for Killian Phillips. And from Kilbarrack. Matt Healy with the free kick off to Boston Lawal. There's Sam Curtis. What a terrific year it's been for Sam Curtis, of course, culminating with that cup triumph for St. Patrick Athletic against Bohemians in the cup final just a couple of weeks ago. Still just 17 years of age. Italy in possession once again. Sharon Dur of Paris Saint-Germain working it back to his skipper, Parola. And Deplanche, the goalkeeper, he plays with Palermo, but he hasn't featured for the club so far this season. Wasson Luau cuts it out for Ireland.
Desplanche wouldn't be a traditional Italian surname.
No, it
Adrian,
not,
yeah,
not
really?
As well. I'm no Italian expert.
Show me ignorance. Show me ignorance here.
Yeah, well, it sounds more French than Italian, but there you go. I'm sure somebody out there can advise us on that. They throw in down the line, but Italy have it back once again with Pio Esposito. That might work out very kindly for the Republic of Ireland. It's Adamo Amaku. Amaku to take on Parola inside the area, still Amaku, and he fizzes the shot. And the angle was always against Adamo Amaku, but he was confident and he took on the effort.
Yeah, I thought he'd done the right thing, to be honest with you, Adrian. Driving at Parola, shifted it onto his right side. No problem with smashing this as long as it's on the ground. You can see it here, there's the little turn of pace. He just drive that along the floor across the 6-yard box. Anything can happen, even through the legs of the defender. Just come forward and just got underneath it.
With a very good ball from Sean Rowan to set up the opportunity for Adamo Amaku to run at the Italian defence. Italy moving the ball at pace, back with that Parola. Coppola to his right-hand side. Sent forward by Bove. And Endure under real pressure. Parola with plenty of time to retrieve and see it back to his goalkeeper, Sebastiano Desplanche. Here's Matteo Zanotti. Good work from Sean Rowan. And temporarily had it back, but tenacious there from Sean Rowan.
Yeah, that's good to see, and it's important that we send our wing backs that high up the pitch. The easy thing to do, Adrian, would be to drop them off and allow one of our central midfielders to get over there, but that takes too much time. Far better, I'd like to see our full backs, our wing backs jump up the pitch. Sean Rowan did there.
Killian Phillips, not really almost getting in each other's way. Back with Boston Luau. Healy off to Sam Curtis, trying to help it on first time into the path of Bauda Dico. He just miscued that attempt. And the Italians have possession once again with Prati. Back to Parola. Oh, and that's a loose one. And Ireland could profit. Sinclair Armstrong almost onto it. Desplanche got there in the nick of time for the Italians. Calafiori. And now Prati. Zanotti on the Italian right-hand side, and Prati was certainly dictating at the moment for the Azzurri. Looking for Esposito. And the flick on almost worked out for Nanto, but the referee had sounded his whistle. Loose back pass from Calafiori, almost gifting the opportunity for the Republic of Ireland. 4 from Prati, helped on by Nanto. Esposito. Endure straight to Boston Luau. Now Dico. Untidy from Ireland. And Prati has it once again. Calafiori just tiptoeing down Italy's left-hand side. This is Zanotti and Prati. On for Parola. Sam Curtis goes out to engage. Esposito trying to just turn the ball around the corner for Nanto. But Italy getting the ball back very smartly. Adamo Amaku has gone down and stayed down, so the referee has sounded his whistle. But there's an Italian down as well. Parola has a bit of an issue as well, so the referee straight away sounding his whistle. It really underlines the task facing the Republic of Ireland this evening. Italy were in the Under-20 World Cup final earlier this summer. Let's take a look before I fill out on that in particular information. There's the incident that led to the coming together between Parola and Adamo Amaku. I think both will be okay.
I just feel as if the Italians are finding a little bit of rhythm to their play. Adrian, you mentioned Prati getting the ball beginning to dictate. I like the link-up play between Nanto and Esposito high up the pitch as well. Fabian looking to get involved, just 5-10 yards in behind him, so a lot of quality there. Big test for that Irish defensive structure tonight, no doubt about that.
Yeah, and the point I was making, Italy were involved in the Under-20 World Cup final earlier this summer in Argentina, beaten in the decider by Uruguay. But a lot of that Under-20 squad forming the backbone of the current Under-21 side. So they're an Under-21 setup with a lot of experience of international football and big-time football as well.
Yeah, you mentioned the tournament football, Adrian. No substitute for that.
Zanotti dueling there with Sean Rowan. Lifted forward. Garcia McNulty just volleys clear. And really getting hold of the ball so far. Calafiori to Nonto. Back with Endure. Now Prati. Zanotti available on Italy's left-hand side, but instead it's the left-hand side they choose to go. Wilfried Nonto of Leeds United, he's been linked in recent days with possibly a move to Tottenham Hotspur. Lazio back in Italy also possible target as Endure pulls the trigger. And now Ireland with an opportunity to break. Armstrong sending it back to Matt Healy. Healy forced to face his own goal and sends it back to Keeley. A miscued clearance will result in a throw-in for Italy.
Oh, what a chance Armstrong had there, Adrian, as they came out. With Mako spun in behind, it was beyond the last two Italian defenders. Had to pop that over their heads. Armstrong first time, and Mako was in, just didn't see it, unfortunately.
Here's Zanotti. Matteo Zanotti, who's playing his football in Switzerland with St. Gallen on loan from Inter Milan, and has had plenty of football of late. 13 appearances in the Swiss league. Prati sending it forward. Nonto! Big chance for Italy in the 14th minute. Wilfried Nonto. Well, a first clear sight of goal for the Italians, and Nonto might well have done better.
Yeah, this is what we're talking about, Adrian. Prati, that holding midfield position, just far too much time to get his head up, time in possession to pick out that run from Nonto. Need to solve that problem there. Need to get one of our centre forwards dropped in on top of him. I'm even thinking Killian Phillips there. Can you play him 10 yards in advance of Adico and Healy? So he's always around the feet, the Italian playmaker there.
Italy pushing forward once again. Swept away by Graham, only as far as Zanotti. Rowan goes to close him down. Back with Coppola. One of the three changes made by the Italian boss, Carmine Nunziata, for this evening's assignment. Coppola for Zanotti. Here's Esposito. Actually, certainly the brighter side early on. Bove will leave it for Prati, who helps it on. Calafiori. Ireland looking a little exposed at the moment. Garcia McNulty back defending, and Zanotti with a driven shot. Now Sinclair Armstrong off in pursuit. Well covered off at the expense of a throw, and he always plays with a smile on his face. Sinclair Armstrong.
You can see the Italian player was struggling there. That was last stitched up there from Coppola. He had a 3-yard start in Armstrong. By the time he got to the ball, he was shoulder to shoulder. I'll give the Irish centre forward a bit of encouragement.
Armstrong's flick on, but cleared away by Lorenzo Parola. And the Republic of Ireland yet to really settle into this game so far. In the 16th minute, just the one real chance of note falling the way of Wilfried Nonto of Leeds United. Keeley in possession. And from Dunboyne, sending it long. But Ireland yet to find any sort of rhythm, Kenny.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Even that ball back to front, he's got to be a little bit more accurate. Josh Keeley should be hitting the chest of Armstrong there. We saw the Joe you had in Norway, the goal that we got there. A long ball, flick on. Now picking up second ball bits in the last third of the pitch. Shouldn't have to apologise for that. Just needs to be a bit more accurate with our first ball back to front.
Here's Bove of Roma with the sweeping, raking crossfield ball. Perhaps anticipating that Calafiori might be getting forward. Sam Curtis happy to see the ball bounce out of play. And Ireland will have the throw-in on the far side to be taken by Boston Lawal. He's currently playing his football on loan from Celtic at Fleetwood Town. And he's getting plenty of football as well.
Certainly impressed against Norway the other night, Adrian Lawal. The majority of that game, just one small mistake in the lead up to the winning Norwegian goal, but apart from that, he was excellent.
Good work here by Sinclair Armstrong, and trying to check on to his right. Forward by Endure. Killian Phillips will pick up the pieces for Ireland. Anselmo Garcia McNulty with roots in the county of Clare, and he's tried his hand in the past at hurling. Sean Rowan battling with Zanotti.
I wonder if he had more luck with the hurling than I did, Adrian. I chanced my armour for about 10 minutes, about 8 years of age, and that was enough.
I'd imagine you were probably a dangerous hurler, were you? So Sean Rowan and Matteo Zanotti exchanging pleasantries after their duel. Gideon Phillips unable to get something on it. Italy really trying to play the game at a pretty smart tempo. Forward by Endure, cut out by Grehan. Bove. Fabiano now it breaks to Endure and he strides forward. Calafiori breaking to his left-hand side. Nonto down the line. Wilfred Nonto inside the area. Bossing a while with the block. Calafiori. And Calafiori to the end line, tries to deliver the cross, but closed off in the end at the expense of a corner kick.
Yeah, it was good defending from Ireland in the end. Sam Curtis, 1v1 situation there. Calafiori thrown a few shapes, but kept his concentration, got a good block in.
They go short with the set piece. Nonto, back to Prati. Again, Curtis does well for Ireland. Zanotti back there for the Italians. And they will start to build once again. It's rather aimless from Eduardo Bove, who Jose Mourinho has described as a sick dog. I think he meant that in a very good way in terms of his attitude, his aggression in the way he plays football at Roma. And Jose has a way with words sometimes. Grehan. Oof. Yep.
Yeah, I was having kittens there. Put myself in Sean Gretton's shoes there, receiving the ball on the half turn, 5 yards outside your box under pressure. You don't want to receive too many of those balls.
Almost nicked back by Fabian for Italy. Almost a clear-cut opportunity for the visiting side. On by Calafiori, but rather wasted possession from an Italian perspective, and Josh Keeley has that time to take control.
I'm sure Jim Crawford would have spoken to the goalkeeper back three in these situations, not to kind of overplay. You got to respect the conditions, playing surface, and do exactly that if you have to.
Babadico, and he wins the break there. Has support from Matt Healy, gets turned. Adiko. Sam Curtis to sweep it in, and delivers into a very dangerous area, but nobody there capitalising to get on the end with a cross for Ireland, and it's gathered by Sebastiano Devange.
It's a great one from Adiko in that central midfield position. Getting himself involved, Sam Curtis. Nothing wrong with that either. Early ball into the box. Armstrong on that occasion just on his heels a little bit. Wasn't anticipating it.
Zanotti under pressure from Adamo Maku, and he draws the free kick. Easy decision for the referee to make. Sebastiano Devange, who started as a youth player at Milan, to take a resulting free kick for the Italians, giving it plenty of distance. Garcia McNulty did well to fend off Pio Esposito. Adiko for Ireland. Under space now for Adiko to charge into, helps it on. Sinclair Armstrong, forced wide, placed by Parola. Still Armstrong, and he drives the cross right across the penalty area.
Very similar to the Maku chance maybe 12 minutes ago. Same situation, same area of the pitch. Again, looking to beat his man on the outside, doing exactly the right thing. But again, just try and keep it on the ground. Anything on the ground here, again, through the defender's legs, gives his teammates a chance.
Away by Graham, who made the move to Crystal Palace from Bohemians. It's his first appearance in the colours of Ireland since the opening night game against Turkey here at Turner's Cross. What a thriller that turned out to be. Ireland winning by 3-2. Chudi. It's some words for Anselmo Garcia McNulty. I'm watching you.
Press for his English. Press for his English there, Adrian. Very clear, precise.
Coppola back to his goal throw. Almost seized on it. Not sloppy from the Italians, almost gifting Ireland a great opportunity. And Graham sees it back to Josh Keeley. Garcia McNulty receives. Esposito chases across to cover. Coppola gets a toe to it. Here's Rowan of Lincoln City, just lofting the ball forward. Away by Pirola. And Bove. And Rowan lifting it over the top. It's all a bit scrappy at the moment, Kenny.
Yeah, it is. It is going to be that type of game. You've almost just got to accept it. Yeah, you want to get on the ball and make clever passes, you know, combination play, but it's not going to always be possible. Small scare there for the Italians again. Give the Irish players a bit of encouragement, Adrian. When we have got into the final third, we haven't had any real sustained pressure, but it caused them a couple of problems when they've got Armstrong and Amaku into those channel positions.
Oh, what a mistake by Boston Lawal. There to tidy up Anselmo Garcia McNulty. The two in blue were ready to pants, but Garcia McNulty got there. Bang on time for Ireland.
Yeah, you're right, that's good defending. That's going to happen occasionally. One of your mates is going to make a mistake. Going to make sure you're there to bail them out. Good distances there between the Ireland back three. They were close enough to help each other.
Here's Sean Rowan. Closed down by Zanotti. Helps it down the line, inviting the run of Adamo Amaku. Coppola across from the middle. And the position goes in favour of the Republic of Ireland. The Italian thought he might draw the foul there. So an opportunity for Ireland from the resulting throw, and Sean Rowan to take. He's made 19 appearances so far this season for Lincoln City. Delivers into the area. And the referee sounds his whistle. It's sloppy from Ireland.
Yeah, usually get away with them, Adrian. Got to be honest, a bit finicky there from the referee. It's a great throw into a great area. Garcia McNulty and Killian Phillips close to that near post. Got a great flick on as well.
Coppola to Zanotti. Amaku sticking to his job. And Coppola back to Deplanche. And the driven clearance looking for Esposito. Nonto battling with Garcia McNulty. Free kick awarded for the challenge on Graham. He was caught. Free kick. Referee just telling Pio Esposito to move away. So Graham to take. Yes, slices it out to Ireland's right hand side. It'll work out here because Sam Curtis was waiting with Curtis in a battle now with Calafiori. The ball drifts out of play on the far side. And the Italians managed by Carmine Nunziata. He's been involved with underage football for over a decade in Italy, so he's very much integrated into the national footballing system. Over 10 years he's been involved with the 17s, 18s, 19s and indeed the 20s as well. He oversaw that World Cup final, loss in the end ultimately in Argentina during the summer. There's Zanotti off in pursuit, trying to give Sean Rowan a bit of a headache. Matteo Zanotti preparing to take the throw in. Plenty in blue waiting inside the area for the Azzurri. Bove goes short. And it's delivered into the box and managed to clear their lines. Endure get something on it for Italy. Away by Adico, and he follows up with a very good defensive block. Bove just sweeping the cross, it's deep towards the back post. Boston Lawal was rising, and the ball drifts out of play on the far side. End result, goal kick.
That's good defending from the Ireland back three again. Generally speaking, Adrian, when the Italians have put the ball into the box, it's usually been an Irish head getting on the end of it. Lawal on that occasion doing enough, but Gren and McNulty have done well. It's generally his hands are we're looking to get the ball on the deck, work those little 1-2s, little combinations in and around the box. I think that's going to be their way in. And generally in the air, we've dealt with things quite well.
Well, the Italians yet to concede in this qualifying group. They haven't really gifted a chance in the match so far. And Ireland manufactures something. Calafiori being hunted here by Sinclair Armstrong. And Calafiori of Verona does well to turn away from trouble. And now the Italians just picking up the pace. Off to Zanotti. Fabian continuing his run down the line. Zanotti into a central position. He's looking for Calafiori, but Sam Curtis got there ahead of him. Bove. Coppola. Zanotti. Bove. Coming into quite a duel down Ireland's left-hand side between Zanotti and Sean Rowan. Nonto. Forward by Calafiori. Endure. Italy coming in to build up a head of steam here. Zanotti to deliver the cross off Garcia McNulty. And eventually, Boston Lawal, well, he tried to work it clear for Ireland. Calafiori onto the loose one. Adico for Ireland. And Endure has it for the Italians. Prati available. Nonto. Still the leads man, Bove. And the attempt across. And it goes behind in the end. Goal kick, good work by Killian Phillips.
Yeah, good discipline from the Irish players there. The Italians enjoying plenty of possession. It's all about good concentration, giving good information to each other. It's good defending there. Killian Phillips getting dragged into the defensive line, tracking the run of Bove. Seeing out the danger. Good play from him.
Anyway, it's still a 0-0 in favour of Turkey against Norway in tonight's other match in the group. We would tighten up matters in Group A in order to stay like that. Obviously, Ireland would be hoping to make 3 precious points here. And here's a man who could do something for Ireland. Sinclair Armstrong to take on Parola to the end line, drills it across. Curtis coming on to it, and the driven shot into the back of the net, and Ireland lead. It's Killian Phillips. Great finish. Breakthrough Ireland after half an hour, and Turner's cross erupts. Ireland 1, Italy 0.
That's a wonderful goal from Ireland from back to front. Adrian, you take it all the way back to Josh Keeley. We're not going to see from this. This is the latter stages of it. Armstrong, we spoke about maybe having the pace of trouble Parola and Coppola in 1v1 situations. Well, he showed it here. This is what I'm talking about. Keep it on the deck. Pop it across that 6-yard box. Anything can happen. Sam Curtis initially makes a poor contact with the ball when it arrives. There's Killian Phillips. Just spoke about it a minute or so ago, Adrian, didn't we? Making a big tackle in his own penalty box. A minute or so later, he's popping up in the opposition 6-yard box and getting himself a goal. Brilliant to see.
Swept home by Killian Phillips on his 4th appearance at this level, under 21 level, and Ireland making the breakthrough at the cross. One of the changes made by Jim Crawford for tonight's game has come up with the goods. The breakthrough goal. So then, let's see how Italy respond to this setback. It's a real shot in the arm for Ireland, isn't it?
It really is. We mentioned though, Adrian, didn't we? We haven't got the ball in the last third of the pitch. You know, just been a bit of encouragement there. Armstrong and Macro in particular. They can't trouble the Italian back four. Saw a bit of it there again.
Ireland looking for more, but Adam O'Maku is ruled offside. So Italy finally concede in the group. And the goal has been scored by Killian Phillips. So inside the final quarter hour of the first half, Ireland in front against the top seeds in the group. Coppola. Prati just helps it on for Calafiori. Wilfred Gnonto. 3 in blue inside the area. Gnonto taking on Curtis, delivers the cross. Ian Phillips just hacks the ball clear. He'll go behind for a corner kick for the Italians. Looking for an immediate response here, having fallen behind. So Prati races across to take. There's been a real sense of urgency about the Italians right throughout this game. So Prati will try and swing it in towards the near post, and a real commanding defensive header away by Boston Luau. Picked up by Bove. Zanotti. Out to Gnonto. Gnonto prepared to take on Sam Curtis. What a big night for Sam Curtis, going toe-to-toe with Gnonto on Ireland's right-hand side.
Yeah, but it's one of his strengths, though, Adrian, Sam Curtis. Those 1v1 situations. We've seen it all season, the past 2 seasons with Pats, to be honest with you. He backs himself against any player. Good acceleration, low centre of gravity, good body strength. He really excels in those situations, Sam Curtis.
Zanotti takes a touch and then just feeds it infield for Prati. Esposito suggesting, I think, to the referee that he's been held. He goes on though, Sinclair Armstrong. And he's a real menace, isn't he? And he draws the free kick. And the referee races across here. First yellow card of the evening. And it goes to Diego Coppola of Italy.
This is great to see. This is panic stations a little bit from the Italian defender. He knows he hasn't really got the pace to deal with Armstrong. This is how it manifests itself, lunging into tackles like this. Ireland doing really well on the transitions, counter-attack. Neatly give the ball away, those kind of central midfield positions. We can get it into our front two as quickly as possible, Adrian. We can get in.
So just over 10 minutes to go to half-time. Ireland seeking a second goal here. Sean Rowan and Matt Healy presiding over this one. Italy setting up the formality that is the 2-man wall. Kenty and Green awaiting delivery, ready to pounce. It's Rowan who swings it in. Esposito back defending, got it away. Amaku works out for Ireland to Dico. Unable to pick out Boston Luau. The Italians certainly know they're in a match now. Calafiori with the throw-in down the line. Spent his formative days at Roma. Some of the great footballing nurseries in Italy. Now, an opportunity. Sinclair Armstrong with the pullback, looking for Amaku. And Killian Phillips looking for a second goal of the match. Almost making something happen for Ireland. They got themselves a corner kick at the end of that.
We're looking so ragged now, the Italians. The Italian captain here, proud all over the place. Armstrong taking the advantage again, putting it into a good area. It's really good defence from Zanotti, the right back, covering here. And look at it again, Killian Phillips again, driving forward into the penalty box in that central midfield position. It's great to see.
So corner kick Ireland to be taken by Sean Rowan. Boston Luau and Sinclair Armstrong amongst those waiting inside the area. Matt Healy on the edge of the area, so too is Adamo Amaku. Here comes the kick. A real threatening one too, right under the goalkeeper. But Planche does really well. And a long clearance downfield. And that will be dealt with by Josh Keeley, who allows the ball bounce behind. And there's been another goal in the other match in the group, and Turkey made it 2-0 against Norway. So it's all getting very interesting.
It's that good badminton difference. Well, too early. It's too early in the group to be thinking about those kind of permutations and whatever.
Well, as it stands, if things were to stay as they are, then Ireland will be top of the group tonight.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
On 12 points. It is very, very tight all the way back to Norway as it stands on 8. Fourth position. Coppola with the header away for Italy. Esposito losing out. And Prati, very calmly done by Prati. That's the return of Calafiori. Endure. And was caught in possession, Endure, and Ireland get the free kick. He was trying to do a ton, but great work by Sam Curtis.
Oh, front foot defending. This is brilliant to see from Sam Curtis. So easy there just to kind of drop off, take the safe option, allow him to have the ball. Went hunting him down, stole it off him. Another great opportunity for Ireland to put the ball into the box, pick up those second pieces again, build up a little bit of pressure before half-time.
So it's the Cork man, Matt Healy. Will take control of this one. Getting a few words from the Irish technical area. Gives the signal. Plenty of height on it. The goalkeeper has made the early decision to come. Flag had gone up on the far side in any event. Coppola is on a yellow card, sending it down the line for Bove. Killian Phillips bashing in to win it back for Ireland's Zanotti. Sending it back to Carola. Calafiori on for Nanto. Boston Lawal behind him there as they try to just nurse the ball on, and now there's a bit of a skirmish going on the far side.
Yeah, it's getting a bit feisty, all right. This is no bad thing from an Irish point of view. Just getting into the face, the Italians making contact with them. Just drew a reaction there from Enduro. Looks a very kind of calm figure, generally speaking, but he reacted there to the challenge from Sam Curtis. Just getting underneath his skin.
He becomes the second Italian player to be carded. Sharon Durr.
Yeah, these are all good pictures, Adrian. Italian players around the referee complaining, feeling hard done by. It's all good. We're in a really good place at the moment, Ireland. Generally, we've defended well, but in theory, the game a little bit penned in the opening 20 minutes. Adrian having to defend around our penalty box. We did so, didn't give up too many opportunities. That one chance for Nanto, who steadily kind of grown into the game. Haven't dominated possession, but spent more time in the Italian half. And like I said, when we got in around their penalty box, got Sinclair and Amako into the game, we've looked dangerous.
Something about a petulant challenge from Sharon Durr, which resulted in a yellow card. And Jim Crawford suggesting he was leading with the elbow.
Oh, God forbid, Adrian.
But as you say, this is all playing into Irish hands at the moment, leading by 1-0. Clock ticking on towards half-time. Sam Curtis back on his feet. And with a free kick. Taken by Boston Loire. Helped on by Sean Rowan. That one bounces harmlessly behind. The Italians go short with the restart. There's Calafiori. Dico up close to engage and make life difficult for the Italian left back. Back by Nanto to Calafiori. And Durr doing his level best to keep the ball in play. They just seem to have lost their way a little bit now, Italy. A sprightly start from the visiting side.
Yeah, they know they're in a game now. Adrian would have been enjoying themselves maybe opening 10-15 minutes, but certainly not so much now.
Return pass for Sam Curtis, not quite working out, but Ireland get the call again. A lot of talk about Sam Curtis and his future. Certainly looks like one who's destined to try his luck across the water, isn't he?
It's only a question of when. Adrian, from a League of Ireland perspective, not even a Pat's perspective, I hope he hangs around for another year or two, but you see the quality that he has and why there's so much interest from abroad.
So another Irish free kick, and once again Rowan and Matt Healy taking ownership. Boston Lawal up from the back. Killian Phillips also lurking inside the area. Sinclair Armstrong, as you'd expect. And Zia McNulty with a flick on. That was promising from an Irish perspective.
It was a better cross into the box, a bit more pace, a bit flatter. Garcia McNulty just had to reach for it backwards. Not easy in those situations. Get it on target with sufficient pace.
Now there's a yellow card for Idemo Amaku. Just before half-time, he becomes the first Irish player to pick up a card in the match.
Yeah, I think it's an easy one for the referee. He totally commits himself there. In that situation, you have to get the ball clean, literally make no contact with the player. Didn't manage to do that. Just got to keep our composure a little bit. The Irish players, you can see they're highly motivated. Looking at Killian Phillips in particular, you can see his reaction, how much it means to him getting the start this evening. And again, Marco in that situation, no point holding back, but you got to play smart on occasions as well. The international football, otherwise other players will take advantage of it. It's got to keep your discipline. The decision making's got to be good, when to go to the ground, when to stay on your feet, all over the pitch.
Sharon Dore back on his feet. He only joined Paris Saint-Germain during the summer from Benfica. Sent forward by Zanotti. Esposito goes to ground, and a free kick awarded to Italy despite the protests of Sean Graham. A pretty easy decision for the referee Lionel Ciudi of Switzerland to make. So the Italians looking for a leveler before the break. And this free kick to be taken by Matteo Prati of Cagliari. A regular for Cagliari in the Italian league in Serie A this season. 7 appearances for them. Zanotti making a run on the outside, swept in by Prati. Superbly defended by Boston-Lawal. Retrieved here by Sharon Dore, but he'll allow the ball to run for the throw-in.
Yeah, it's like a magnet at the moment. Lawal, isn't that ball comes into the penalty box, always seems to find his forehead. He's been dominant in there the opening 40 minutes of this game. Riccardo Calafiori with the throw-in. Deco just does enough for Ireland. Take 2 for the Italians. Endure. Now Nanto. And Nanto with a driven shot. It took a double deflection, and the referee, well, he's pointed to the spot here. Handball, and an opportunity for Italy to draw level. VAR. Oh dear. I saw it hit the arm in Lawal's right hand. The question is, how far is it away from his body, in a natural position or not? Might get a look at it on the replay here. I think the shot actually took a deflection off Sam Curtis initially. That's why it kind of popped and spun up off the ground. It arrived quickly to Lawal. Question is the position. See Curtis here. I'm sure there's a slight deflection here off the Irish player. Have a look at pop up here. There's that right hand of Lawal. Might get a better look of it here. Just reaches away from his body for me. Adrian just reaches towards the ball ever so slightly. That's why the referee's giving it.
So penalty kick for Italy. Wilfred Nanto scored twice against San Marino in that resounding win on Thursday in San Marino. And the Leeds United player has the chance here to draw Italy level before half-time. In stoppage time at the end of the first half, Josh Keeley on his line. And he produced something here for Ireland to keep it at 1-0. For Italy, strokes it in, and it's 1-1 at Turner's Cross. No mistake, Keeley goes the wrong way, and Italy draw level, courtesy of the spot kick.
Yeah, real composure from Nanto. Not exactly sure he was looking at the goalkeeper here. Looked as if his eyes were fixed on the ball. He made his mind up to go to the keeper's right. Probably fortunate Josh Keeley chose to dive to the left, but that's a real sickening for the Irish players. Almost a textbook opening 45 minutes up to that point, Adrian, wasn't it? So that'll certainly hurt.
Well, it's a real sucker punch for the Republic of Ireland right on the blow of half-time. Wilfred Nanto making no mistake with the penalty kick, and it's 1 apiece. I'm sure Jim Crawford, it goes without saying, would have been hoping to get his team in at half-time with their noses in front, not to be. Italy drawing level. And stoppage time at the end of the first half. A few additional seconds to be played, and now Nanto has gone down, and Boston-Lawal will pick up a yellow card for the challenge on the Leeds United player. So it has been, as you said, as you described a little earlier, Kenny, a bit feisty at times.
To see this one again, I was actually following the ball, to be honest with you, Adrian, when he looks to be passed the ball beyond the Italian player. Exactly sure how the contact was made. We'll see it here. Yeah, It's Nanto, isn't it? Passes the ball. It's not a free kick for me. You see, he makes clear contact with the ball. The Italian player arrives. Yes, there is contact, but it's a natural position for Lawal's foot to be in when passing the ball. There has to be a little bit of follow through when you pass the ball to a teammate. The referee's got all that wrong for me. Not even a free kick, let alone a yellow card.
Well, they've got the free kick to be taken by Prati. Hoists it towards the back post area. Parola with the knockdown away by Killian Phillips, and that is that. Well, it's been a bit of a slow burner this, but it's all square at the break. Killian Phillips with a tidy finish to make it 1-0 to Ireland, for the Italians level right on the stroke of half-time. A penalty tucked away by Wilfred Nanto of Leeds United after Boston Lawal was adjudged to have handled inside the area. So this one nicely set up for the second half. At Turner's Cross at the break, it's Ireland 1, Italy 1.
This Christmas, gift the people you rely on a connection they can rely on all year long with Vodafone. Get €100 off selected Samsung smartphones with Pay As You Go and €250 off.
Thanks very much, Joanne. Yeah, and as soon as there's confirmation of that full-time score involving Turkey and Norway, we shall certainly bring it to you. So we're all set for the second half. Italy obviously rocked by the concession of the goal scored by Killian Phillips, their first goal coughed up in this qualifying campaign. They've been pretty unerring so far in qualifying, although they did trip up in their opening match, drawing 0-0 in Latvia, but after that they really got their act together, winning against Turkey in Turkey by 2-0, and then followed that up with a pretty straightforward 2-0 victory over Norway before last Thursday's comprehensive 7-0 win over San Marino. And they're going to make a change, and the player being introduced is Cesare Casadei, who is playing at Leicester City at the moment on loan from Chelsea. So he's one of the players who actually started the game against San Marino. So Cesare Casadei will be on. He's involved with Chelsea's under-21s. So the Italians making that change, and we'll get confirmation. And it's Pio Esposito who has gone off for the Italians. He's certainly a real quality player, Cesare Casadei. So it shows the need on the part of the Italians. Leicester City, of course, flying high at the moment at the top of the championship in England, and he's bagged one goal, Casadei, for Leicester in that particular run to the top of the table. As the referee sounds his whistle, and away we go for the second half. And all the action in the opening period largely confined to the final 15 minutes, with Phillips opening the scoring for Ireland with 15 minutes to go to half-time. And then Wilfred Nanto of Leeds tucking home the spot kick after a handball by Boston Lawal, who's on a yellow card for Ireland. Two of the Italians, of course, booked in the first half, Diogo Coppola and Sharon Doer. So they're walking that very fine line. So Esposito has been something of a regular off for Italy in this second period. He hasn't really got much joy or return from the Irish defence. So we shall see how Casadei gets on in his place. So an early opportunity now for Sean Graham to throw in a missile, hurl one in on the Italian defence as Ireland attack the shed end in the second period. Garcia McNulty trying to get onto it, back in by Adiko. And Killian Phillips, for the referee sounds his whistle, offside. So, Kenny, the Irish approach in the second half, more of the same, I guess?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, absolutely. It's a type of game. I don't think we're going to dominate possession. I don't think we have to, Adrian, to be honest with you. In fact, not a bad thing to draw the Italians onto us in some respects. And look to isolate those centre-halves. You spoke about a couple on that yellow card in particular. Those two early centre-forwards must really be fancy their chances second half, getting themselves in 1v1 situations and running them down the sides. That's certainly our way in. Killian Phillips as well, joining in from midfield, picking and choosing his moments. Certainly think there's more goals for us here.
So a mistake by Matteo Zanotti gives Sean Graham another opportunity to hurl one in. Well defended by Coppola on this occasion. Ireland sending it back in, off the woodwork, and it's there! And it's that man, Sinclair Armstrong, who pounces to score. And early in the second half, Ireland go back in front. Well, the ball into the box, came off the upright, and who was there but Sinclair Armstrong to apply the finish. 2-1 Ireland.
Johnny on the spot, Adrian. Johnny on the spot. Sinclair Armstrong. You can't teach this. instinctive anticipation where the ball's going to arrive. It's a brilliant in-swinging cross into the box. This was the initial throw into the box. Arrives back to Gren. Wonderful delivery. Hits the post. And Armstrong, he's on the move. That's the important thing. He's not stood there hoping that ball's going to go in. He's expecting it, anticipating it. It's a bit scruffy, isn't it? Doesn't matter. Right knee, left knee, bubble. Fantastic. What a start.
Brilliant from Sinclair Armstrong in the presence of Killian Phillips inside the area. Also playing a part, one would imagine. The goalkeeper didn't exactly cover himself in glory, but it was a delicious ball in. And superbly finished off by Sinclair Armstrong, and Ireland back in front here, leading by 2-1. Now Italy trying to strike back straight away. And it certainly set up the second half. The crowd here at Turner's Cross rather subdued early on, but they've come to life. Goals tend to get crowds going, don't they? Jim Crawford, I'm sure he had lots to say to his team at half-time. Go out there, keep doing what you're doing. And they've grabbed a second against a much vaunted Italian defence, who, as we mentioned a couple of times now, hadn't conceded prior to tonight, but they've given away 2 goals now. 2 well-taken goals, it has to be said, from Killian Phillips in the opening period, and now Sinclair Armstrong. Ireland looking for a potential third. Killian Phillips has covered so much ground for Ireland getting forward there. He's the man who's really been making Italy tick in the match. Matteo Prati back to his goalkeeper. Carola. Calafiori. Prati again. Looking for Nonto. Superbly cut out by Matt Healy. Watson Loire. Oh, that's a lovely ball down the line to pick out Baba Adiko. And the Galway man delivers the cross towards the back post. Nobody there waiting for Ireland. Zanotti got something on it. Retrieved by Rowan. And Sean Rowan does really well to give his man the slip, and the referee sounds the whistle. Free kick to Ireland. Ireland looking for a yellow card here. I think the referee, well,
It's got to be a yellow card. Literally pulls the jersey off the back of Sean Rowan. That's a poor decision from the referee. But great play from Ireland. The Dico initially down the right-hand side, not the first time he's made that dart run in the inside right channel. Hasn't been tracked. It's a wonderful ball to the back post. We haven't got enough bodies in there, but we recycle the ball, keep the Italians penned in, and eventually force this free kick. Great position.
So Sean Rowan and Matt Healy over the dead ball. That tends to be the way, and it is once again. Watson Loire, Garcia McNulty, Sinclair Armstrong, Sam Curtis, Killian Phillips inside the area. As the free kick is hung up, Sam Curtis trying to deliver it across the box. Amaku with a shot. Garcia McNulty gets something on it, and it goes behind. Final touch came off in Italian. An Ireland corner in the 6th minute of the second half, and Turner's Cross has really come to life.
Well, the Italians are hanging in there. Ireland keeping the pressure on, not allowing them out. Scrapping away for everything. Raggedy defending from the Italians, hanging in here at the moment.
So an Irish set piece, a corner kick to be taken by Matt Healy, but before that can happen, the referee has some issues to sort out inside the area. Sebastiano De Planche getting involved. Sam Curtis currently the nearest player to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it might be Sean Graham, to be honest with you. Might be the one. He's entitled to stand there in front of the goalkeeper. Not exactly sure how the referee saw it. He's got to be careful now. Sean Graham doesn't make contact with the goalkeeper, making an easy decision for the referee to give a free kick. He's got to be smart.
So Healy with the corner. And looking to open up a 2-goal advantage. Swings it in. Possible while was rising, just not have got the faintest of touches to it. Still there. Amaku to send it back in. And it drops onto the roof of the net. Well, it's been a very lively and busy start to the second half from Ireland.
Oh, great start. Italians can't get out. Amaku just trying to dink that ball to the back post. Thought he didn't get hold of it.
All of action from Ireland. They almost have possession once again, forward by Prati. And Nonto, who could be onto it here. He's got 2 Irish players in front of him. Still Nonto. Feeds it wide. The Italians threatening once again. And Curtis got a block on it, and Ireland clear their lines only as far as Parola. And the cushioned header for Calafiori. Sinclair Armstrong chasing back. Sharon Doer. Casadei for Parola, and all for Coppola. Zanotti available. Coppola lifting it forward, looking for Nonto. And it's seized upon here by Bove, trying to feed it through for Nonto. There's a real live wire for Italy. Wilfred Nonto. And it's back with Josh Keeley in the Irish goal. This is the first meeting of Ireland and Italy in Ireland since the game at Tallaght Stadium back in 2021, which the Italians won by 2-0. Will Smallbone was in the Irish team that evening, and Estió Basile came off the bench. Evan Ferguson, an unused sub that night. Irish under 21 side that also included Jake O'Brien, who's doing so well at the moment at Olympique Lyonnais. Casadei dueling with Adiko. The ball ricochets out of play. It'll be a throw in favour of Ireland.
Yeah, a lot promising centre halves coming from this part of the country. You mentioned Jake O'Brien, Carl Heffernan I mentioned as well. Adrian making great strides in Newcastle by all accounts under Eddie Howe.
So Amaku gets his free kick. Terrific start of the second half. Can Ireland build on it?
I think you're right, Adrian. I think this is a challenge 2-1 up. It's important you don't take a step back. Keep your foot on the accelerator, keep pushing, keep probing, go searching for this third goal. Don't leave yourself exposed to the other end, of course not, but take advantage while you're on top. Try and kill the game.
Sean Rowan with the free kick, but it's misdirected. Fabian feeding it down the line for Endure. Boston Lawal, who was chasing back, got there ahead of the Italian. And Graham sees it back to Keeley, Josh Keeley, the Irish number 1. Parola, and with the dropping ball, and Casadei with the illegal challenge on Baba Adiko. And an easy free kick awarded by the referee to the Republic of Ireland. Looks like Italy was making another change very shortly as well. Seems to be movement on the far side in their technical area. In the meantime, Ireland have this free kick to be taken by Matt Healy. Takes it quickly. Curtis, Sam Curtis stretching. The ball just drifted away from him. I'm sure he will point to the surface. Sam Curtis frustrated.
Yeah, doing exactly the right thing there, Healy. Far better angle that, giving the ball to Courts, let him travel 20-30 yards up the pitch. Just a plain surface there, just went against him, but right intention.
So Sharon Dur, who's on a yellow card, goes off for the Italians. And there's a debut at under 21 level for Burnley's Luca Coliscio on for the Italians. So just 10 minutes elapsing in the second period before the Italian boss Carmine Nunziata makes the change, and perhaps feeling that with Sharon Dur, who's a player of real quality, but of course walking that very fine tightrope of being on a yellow card. So Coliscio is on. Second substitution made by the Italians. Sean Rowan with the throw-in, looking for Sinclair Armstrong. Calafiori. There's Coliscio taking on Boston Lawal. Like Wilfred Nonto, he's a very pacey player. Luca Coliscio. And Boston Lawal, who's had a terrific game, gets his free kick.
Yeah, putting down a marker straight away to the Italian substitute. Saying plenty more of that, where that came from. Really so strong in those situations. Lawal, great body strength, speed. Looks a real prospect, doesn't he?
And he will take the free kick. Looking for Sinclair Armstrong. Calafiori gets his head to it. Adiko almost profited for Ireland. Bove sending it forward, inviting that pacey run of Wilfred Nonto. Superbly defended by the Irish skipper and Salmo Garcia McNulty. Italy getting on with it quickly. Bove, Artenonte, Casadei. And Parola feeds it wide for Calafiori. Poliosho trying to take on Sam Curtis. And Curtis did his job well. Calafiori to Matteo Zanotti, placed by Killian Phillips. Looks like there's a couple of Irish players getting warmed up at the moment. We'll keep our eyes on that. Prati, and just to work it back to Coppola, who lifts it over the top. Boston Luau deals with everything that's coming his way this evening. Here's Adamo Amaku, and he's away. Sinclair Armstrong down the line. A little isolated at the moment and forced wide. Sinclair Armstrong inside the area and still drills it right across the penalty area. And was crying out for somebody to get there. Sam Curtis is tempted to send it back in, and Prati defends at the expense of another corner kick to Ireland.
Oh, it's brilliant play from Armstrong. Exactly the right thing. Drove on the outside shoulder, the Italian forward across the 6-yard box. I'm looking for a Marco here, looking Ireland 22 to make that dart and run inside the 6-yard box. He gets himself a tap in. Don't worry about the cutback. Midfielders behind you can deal with that. Just make that 6-yard box. Caught on his heels. Sorry, Adrian.
Norway's confirmation that Turkey have beaten Norway by 2-0. Healy with the corner. Flat towards the near post. Disappointing delivery. But Ireland will get the comfort of a throw-in to be taken by Matt Healy, who's playing his football in Belgium with Borin. He's been a regular with Frank Borin in Belgium. That's in the second tier of Belgian football this season. So ticking towards the hour mark at Turner's Cross. It's been a very good, positive second half from Ireland. Italy have had a lot of defending to do as the long throw-in comes. Deco gets it back to Boston Luau. Rowan does really well to get that ball under control and hoop it goalwards, but he made the most of it. A long clearance downfield. He'll get the edge of his area, needs to be careful here, and he is. Very decisive from Josh Keeley, made the decision to come, and the bouncing ball was awkward, but he dealt with it.
Yeah, even in those situations, Adrian, we have a throw-in into the box. The Italians break out, almost have a 3v2 situation. It's got to be so careful. Even when we're in possession, we ring the box, we spare players at the back, we recover quickly into our defensive shape.
Flicked on by Killian Phillips. That's a terrific ball for Rowan. And the return from Adamo Amaku. Zanotti's going to get away with it, is he? Throwing goes in favour. Referee decides to take no further action. So he get away with it. Brati got away with it there. Deco. Phillips. Off Bove. Rowan sends it back to Garcia McNulty. He was being closed down, so he elects to see it back to safety. Phillips rising. Zanotti for Italy. And that's untidy, straight out of play. And he knows his team are certainly in a football match now. Carmine Nunziata. Pretty modest enough playing career. He started as a youth player, mind you, with Inter Milan, and went on to play senior football for the likes of Padova, Torino and Brescia. Jim Crawford's side in a very good position here at Turner's Cross. And is going to take action here against Killian Phillips. Armstrong did well to keep it alive. Calafiori with the chest of control inside his own penalty area. Away by Prati, looked on by Fabian. Ireland going out on top in all the 50-50 duels so far in the second half. Curtis feeding it down the line for Deco, and Parola sees it behind.
So great there, Sam. So much composure there, receiving the ball under massive pressure. Calafiore, trusting his technique there, 1, 2, 3 touches, then that burst of speed, acceleration to get him away from the Italian left back, who actually thinks had a good game for Italy. So many fine individual performances all around this Irish team this evening.
Away by Lawal. Sean Rowan. A long throw in, and now Nonto is in. Difficult angle, trying to tee it up for Koleosho, who will retrieve here. Perfect night for football on Lee's side. Ireland leading 2-1. Koleosho drills it in. And Ireland managed to survive, cleared away by Matt Healy, inviting the run of Idemo Amaku. Forward by Parola. Koleosho, Calafiore, and Prati. And Zanotti. Nonto in the wide right position. Bove through the middle, and Fabian at the moment just hugging the edge of the penalty area.
Oh, it's brilliant defending again from Sean Rowan in that left wing back position up against Nonto. Just dropped the shoulder on him, but he read his intentions, made contact and won the tackle. Here's the little pull from Nonto on Graham. That's what the Irish players were appealing for, a free kick there. Referee didn't see it, but really tigerish defending from the Irish team all over the pitch. Epitomised there from Sean Rowan.
Bove under pressure from Killian Phillips. Forward by Zanotti, away by Garcia McNulty. All a bit scrappy at the moment, but that will suit Ireland right down to the ground. Italy's struggling at the moment to get a foothold and any sort of momentum going. The referee having a word with Killian Phillips and Eduardo Bove.
He's getting himself involved in a lot of stuff, Killian Phillips. I don't mind to see, pumped up the kid. It's great to see, just got to keep it in check.
Sent forward by Prati for Koleosho. Knocked down by Prati once again for Riccardo Calafiore. Boston Lawal with the cushioned header, but straight out of play. Probably the first mistake he's made so far. Calafiore down the line. Casadei. Koleosho trying to make inroads, but Babadico got the necessary touch. Koleosho now to run at the Irish defence. He's faced by 3 in green. Tees it in. Fabian with the shot and hook to safety. Big let-off for the Republic of Ireland. Giovanni Fabian inside the area, and Keely doing really well for Ireland. Koleosho certainly making an impact. Here's Casadei to lift it in towards Nonto, and Sean Rowan just stood firm.
Yeah, just a little indication there from the Italians of the quality that they have. Koleosho hitting brilliant, getting his head up, just feeding it into Fabian. Thought he should have done better there. The Italian forward got himself a little pocket of space on his favoured right foot. Thought he should have been finding one of the corners.
So Graham with the restart, flicked on by Sinclair Armstrong. Idemo Amaku goes down. Sean Rowan trying to get control of the ball for Ireland. Turn his crowd across supporters. The Irish fans certainly appealing for the decision there. Bove retrieves for Italy and delivers the cross, looking for Koleosho. That's the day in there, dueling away by Boston Lawal for Ireland.
Oh, bit of tiredness, fatigue creeping into both sides. Adrian lending itself to a really exciting spectacle. Coppola's really struggling. The Italian centre half here. Nudge there. Amaku off the ball there a minute ago was very lucky. Looked like an obstruction to me. He's really feeling it, suffering out there this evening.
Calafiore trying to clip it forward. Boston Lawal with a knockdown for Curtis. And loosely given away straight to Calafiore. Now Koleosho. Just a little too heavy with the pass down the line for Calafiore. Well defended, strongly defended by Boston Lawal.
man mountain Lowell in these situations. Just got to give it up as an opposition player, never getting around them. Another fine game this evening, Lowell. As he has a Deco under the radar stuff in midfield. Ireland's number 13, really impressed with him. A real collective performance, some great individual performances in Ireland jersey, but collectively the group have really stood up.
Well, just a reminder that Ireland-New Zealand follows Kevin Kelleher in goal, Doherty, Duffy, Ramadan Videli, McLean, Sykes, Malumbi, Knight, Brad, Johnston and Adam Ida. So lots of changes from Saturday night in Amsterdam. And potentially, of course, we'll see a debut for Andrew Moran, who misses out tonight for the under-21s. It's been a hot topic in recent days. Adiko does well to see it back to Sam Curtis. Here's Adamo Amaku. Amaku under pressure from Parola. Calafiori does well to just lift the ball forward. Casadei unable to link up with Fabian, and Casadei with a rather rash challenge. And Adamo Amaku, and Ireland get themselves a free kick.
It's great feat from Amaku in this situation. Takes a quick touch, slows it down. You can see it here. Just slows it down and then just shifts it again. Lulls in the Italian player. Great play.
Lowell with the resulting free kick. Looking for Sean Rowan, who managed to win the ball in the air at the expense of Zanotti. It's a bit of a mismatch in terms of height. In the end, it's back with the Italian goalkeeper Sebastiano De Planche. Just over 20 minutes to go. And, imagine Jim Crawford perhaps is thinking of making changes. One or two bodies perhaps beginning to feel the effects of Draman on Friday night. Not this man at the moment, Sinclair Armstrong.
I don't know what you're saying, Age, but sometimes it's best not making changes for change's sake. So I know there's a little bit of fatigue out there, but the team's functioning well, in and out, possession of the football. Might be a little bit reluctant. We saw him take off from Maku the other night in Norway. Maybe in hindsight probably wasn't the best decision. Like I said, while the team's playing well and everybody's comfortable in their position, try and keep this team on the pitch for as long as possible.
Coppola, Casadei, Oliosho losing out to Boston Lowell. Curtis, Prati with the knockdown for Calafiori. On to Casadei. Prati. Boston Lowell facing his own goal. Bashing away here with Calafiori. And Boston Lowell comes away with it and he gets the free kick.
Wow. What a performance this lad's putting in this evening. It really is, Adrian. You used to dream about putting in performances like this in an Ireland jersey, I've got to be honest with you. and it never materialised.
You're being harsh on yourself.
As everybody would know, but wow. Never panics in those situations. Trusts himself, he knows he has the speed, the kind of physicality to deal with almost anything that's thrown at him. Great composure as well.
So Calafiori into the referee's notebook as a result of that challenge. Brian helping it on. Casadei goes down, nothing doing there. Healy fires it forward, a lot of pace on that out ball. And despite the best attempts, Adam Almaku unable to get on the end of it. The goalkeeper straight away has restarted for Italy. Garcia McNulty defended his corner well there. Now that's Sinclair Armstrong unable to keep the ball in play at the expense of Coppola. By De Planche. Jim Crawford just pacing the touchline at the moment. Maku unable to get anything on it. Oliosho. Sam Curtis under pressure from Cesare Casadei. No foul. Fabian with the cross, and Garcia McNulty very calmly done, so calmly done.
I almost grabbed your arm there. Did you feel me fingernails in your forearm, Adrian?
I could sense your tension.
Yeah, Nanto read that straight early on, didn't he? He was on his way. Anything short there, he was going to intercept. Brilliant cushion header there, though, from the Ireland captain. Yeah, really composed defending. Speaking about Lowell, the other side of the pitch. That's another good example of it there. Garcia McNulty's had a fine game, done very little wrong, solid, dependable. That's what you need from your defenders. As Gretton's been on his inside, that back three has functioned really well with the Italian threat for the most of the evening, certainly so far.
So then Graham on long throw duty once again. Killian Phillips inside the area, Sam Curtis at the back post, and Adam O'Maku on the edge of the area. Italy defend that aerial threat. Garcia McNulty trying to squeeze his way through. Still Garcia McNulty trying to just chisel out a cross, but he'll take his corner kick.
Oh, great football ability there from the Irish centre half. As if he'd nowhere to go, just dropped his shoulder, a little shimmy and forced the corner kick.
Which will be taken by Sean Rowan. And that's really got the crowd going at Turner's Cross once again. Sinclair Armstrong inside the area. Rowan to deliver, and it's a good ball as well. But it comes off an Italian head. Bove helps it on its way. Nanto trying to work it forward. Now there's a real break on here for the Italians, and Ireland looking very exposed, but Boston Lual wins the race for possession. They were trying to feed through Nanto, but Boston Lual chasing back after that Irish opportunity at the other end of the pitch on the corner kick. Won the race. He's lightning quick as well. Pratty sending it forward. Nanto coming back from an offside position. Keeley puts boot to ball. Coppola forward. Nanto underneath the dropping ball, but won by Graham in the air. Fabian and Killian Phillips with the controlled pass to pick out Sean Rowan, and now Adam O'Maku just looking a bit weary at this point of the match. Adam O'Maku. Pratty. There's an issue here for Bosun Luau.
It's got to be a hamstring after the pace he ran back a moment aside. He must have run 80 yards from the edge of his penalty box. Another example there, Adrian. Corner kick for Ireland within seconds. The Italians are running at us into our own half, almost a 3v2 situation. He done unbelievably well to get back and make the interception. Don't know what that is, maybe a slight hamstring tightness. Hopefully he's okay.
So Fabiano's gone off and Giuseppe Ambrosino is on. So Ambrosino introduced by the Italian boss, Carmine Nunziata. I mentioned the Under-20 World Cup final, Ambrosino amongst the crop of players who are involved in the World Cup finals in Argentina. So too the likes of Zanotti and Pratty and Casadei. Deconch, the goalkeeper, is also there. So Italy looking to work some magic and draw level for the second time in the match here at Turner's Cross. Calafiori for Casadei.
Great closing down again from O'Maku. He doesn't want to come off. Sending his manager a message there. Plenty more in the tank.
Forward by Coppola. And Killian Phillips got there ahead of Bove. Free kick awarded to Ireland, and just look at Killian Phillips.
But funny enough, if you asked me the player who might actually come off, I'd probably point the finger at him, Killian Phillips, in a funny way, because he's absolutely emptied the tank this evening, Adrian. I think he's been absolutely fantastic, worn his heart in his sleeve, up and down the pitch, making tackles, driving into the box, got the all-important first goal. Just emotionally, he's really invested in the game. You can see that, and that can drain you. He might be the one player I might think of taking off.
Calafiori with the knockdown. He was, Killian Phillips, one of the two changes made by Jim Crawford from Friday's defeat in Norway. Joaquin Levy, the player he replaces tonight, not on the bench this evening, as Casadei goes down. And Italy get the free kick. Sent forward by Deplanche. Killian Phillips rises, gets it away, headed forward by Coppola. Left on by Cassaday, cleared away by Rowan. Pratty was stretching, but Ireland have it. Matt Healy. Healy, the Cork supporters shouting to the Cork man on. Fed wide looking for Sean Rowan, but a little too heavy with the crossfield ball. And Selmo Garcia McNulty just balloons it down the pitch. And it'll stay in play. An opportunity for Amaku to put pressure here on Coppola, who made the mistake. Amaku inside the area. Amaku for Ireland. Keeper got a touch to it, still there. Sinclair Armstrong. Sam Curtis to lift it back in. And away by Parola. Picked up by Adiko for Ireland. Healy trying to spin away. Cogliosho sends it forward to Ambrosino. Now the Italians will try to counter on Ireland. Zanotti for Gnonto. Bove through the middle. Italy trying to threaten, but well tidied up for the Republic of Ireland by Graham.
That was it, Adrian. That was it. Game, set, a match right there. Marco doing unbelievably well here up against Coppola. And I'm twisted inside out. Exactly the right thing. Opens his body up, aiming for the far post. Armstrong exactly where he should be. Look for that tap in. Unfortunately, fate conspires against us. Just takes it away from him.
Meanwhile, Cassaday for Italy. Out-muscled by Bosun Luau. And Luau fends off all challengers. Sent forward looking for Sinclair Armstrong. Parola with the knockdown. Healy's onto the breaking ball. Armstrong away from Parola. Italy have it back though with Pratty. Sends it over the top, inviting the run of Ambrosino. Gnonto inside the area. Bove arriving. And superbly defended by Graham, who clears the Irish lines. Just over 10 minutes to go. Big 10 minutes coming up for the Republic of Ireland.
It's all happening now, Adrian. Great defence from Gretton. You're absolutely right. First time Moal was beaten for the ball in behind. Physically looked to be struggling. Gretton wasn't, though. Stood up to it brilliantly well. Kept his composure, steadied his feet. Saw out the danger. Brilliant 1v1 defended inside the box.
Here's Pratty, the man who makes Italy tick. He certainly has this evening. Calafiori trying to check away from Adiko, who did really well to close off the avenue of approach. And now it's Adamo Amaku on the counter. Killian Phillips bursting a gut to get forward. Still Amaku, and he's been nudged over by Zanotti. And the referee has the card out. So Matteo Zanotti picks up a yellow. Amaku goes down, and he's feeling the effects of the challenge. He might just waste a few seconds here, but when play resumes, Ireland will have a pretty promising free kick.
Oh yeah, look, what about this run from Killian Phillips? What about the innocence of youth? Looked like Forrest Gump there on the outside. I mean, no business really making that overlap and run. The amount of energy is expended this evening. Game management, stay behind the ball, don't overly commit. Just can't help himself. Just getting caught away in the emotion of the occasion. But brilliant play from Amaku, driving on the inside, enticing the free kick. That's exactly what we need, really, Adrian. Slow the game down, let everybody get a breather.
Well, Johnny Kenny is about to come on for the Republic of Ireland. And Adamo Amaku, a little like Friday night, I don't think he wants to go off at the moment. He's been, well, he has to go off after receiving treatment, but anyway, the change is imminent and it'll be confirmed right after this set piece, it would appear. Matt Healy on dead ball duty once again. Sean Rowan is there to his right. So then, here we go. Ball clipped in. Garcia McNulty rising. Bove just balloons the ball into the air. Adiko trying to nudge it forward for Ireland. Bosun Luau. Adiko, lovely ball, lovely layoff for Curtis, and he feeds it down the line. Now Adiko, adamant he should have had the decision there. So on comes Johnny Kenny, and Sinclair Armstrong is the player who goes off, the scorer of Ireland's lead goal. It could be a crucial goal for the Republic of Ireland. Sinclair Armstrong heads off. So Johnny Kenny introduced for the last few minutes. And Ireland close out the deal here. Such a big result. Sam Curtis sends it forward. Johnny Kenny straight into the thick of the action. Had a big opportunity at 2-1 to make it 3-1 for the Republic of Ireland on Friday. Keeper got a vital touch to deny the Sligo man a goal. So then Italy making a change. So Calafiori heads off, and Riccardo Turricchia is being introduced for the last few minutes here by Carmine Nunziata, the Italian boss. They need something. And Calafiori's had a fine game for Italy. Riccardo Calafiori, he heads off. Nonto with the knockdown, looking for Ambrosino. And Ireland just slowing it down as they need to do at this late stage in the game. Try where possible to play the match in the Italian half. Casadei sending it forward, but breaks favourably for Ireland. Healy cleared away by Parola. Casadei with the knockdown. Diko for Lawal. Brilliant from Lawal to get away from Puliosho, and sliding it through from Adamo Maku, who initially, you can see he checked his run. I think he felt he was offside, and the flag eventually went up. So Italy get themselves the free kick. Big hearts and stout defending required for the remainder of the match. Deplanche with the long clearance downfield.
Big hearts, we've got plenty of them on the pitch at the moment, Adrian. That's the good thing. Just about being smart now. Spoke about that physical fatigue, but got to stay fresh between the ears now. Not commit too many players into advanced areas. Keep that solid defensive shape. Good communication between that back three now. Need to be really vocal. Lawal, Gren and Garcia McNulty. Keep everybody on their toes, switched on. See out this game now.
Well, to be fair to the Cork support, they've turned out in force to root for Ireland this evening. The attendance, the official attendance, 6,157. So well done to everybody. I'm sure they travelled not just from Cork, but right around Munster as well. Big crowd.
Give us from Dublin.
I'm sure they may well have.
Give us a pat on the back.
But it's great to see. Some of them were a little late occupying their seats, but they've really urged the team on here at Turner's Cross. Zanotti. Coppola. Slipping it forward. Helped on by Nonto. Casadei. And Josh Keeley, not for the first time in the match. Very decisive, racing out to the edge of his area to take control.
Oh, you're right, Adrian. Really alert goalkeeping. Misses the initial header. Clever little flick from Nonto. Josh Keeley recognised the danger, sensed a good start position. Makes it look easy.
Turricchia with the clearance only as far as Diko. Now Adamo Amaku will race his heart out for the cause. Knocked on by Prati. Now Bove gets on it. Puliosho down the line. Nonto through the middle. Casadei and Ambrosino advancing towards the edge of the area. Here's Zanotti for the Italians. Trying to just nudge it through for Ambrosino. Anselmo Garcia McNulty clears it away. And Coppola under pressure from Killian Phillips. Feeds it back to the netminder. Coppola. Easily cut out by Healy. Johnny Kenny with the layoff. The ball trickles out of play on the far side. Prati rather frustrated that the decision goes in favour of the Republic of Ireland. So I'm sure, as ever, plenty of live prospects in terms of player of the match. Who have you elected?
Oh, Adrian, I'm not going to name check every Ireland player that's in, but so many of them will put in 8, 9 out of 10 performances. I'm going to pick Killian Phillips, though. The heart of that Irish midfield. He's been absolutely outstanding. He's played with real quality and even personality. We saw much of momentum early on. spoke about how much he was invested into the game. Look at him there, even now, minutes to go, encouraging his teammates. Got the all-important first goal as well, which settled the team. I think he's been absolutely outstanding. He's my man of the match.
And a very fine finish to make it 1-0 to Ireland. Ireland pegged back, of course, by the spot kick from Wilfred Nanto, but early in the second period, Sinclair Armstrong pouncing to make it 2-1, and that's how it stands entering the closing stages. Italy on the back foot here with more defending to do. From the long throw in Garcia McNulty, who had advanced, sent back in. A tester here for the goalkeeper, and he spilled it initially under pressure from Johnny Kenny, but touches the ball eventually and launches it downfield. And Brasino will chase, but the ball goes out of play on the far side. And listen to the way that's greeted around Turner's Cross.
Yeah, but the Irish players have to take credit for that. This Italian team, you just can't recognise it from the Italian team. We're starting the game the opening 15-20 minutes, dominating possession, in control, playing the game at their pace. But after that opening 15-20 minutes, we got under their skin, we disrupted them. We knocked them out of that rhythm, we got on top of them. We pounced, we've taken our goals. And now we're looking the better team in the closing stages of this game. We're looking the stronger team. We're looking the team that's together, motivated.
Perhaps Amaku can wreak more havoc here. The referee has blown his whistle, and it'll be a free kick for Italy. So after tonight, this particular group, Group A, takes a break until March. Ireland head to San Marino, and then 2 games in September of 2024 away to Turkey, and then at home to Latvia before the final group game sees Ireland heading to Italy. So a lot of football still to be played, but as things stand, Ireland top of the group. Polio show for Nanto with the driven shot off the woodwork. Zanotti following up. Keeley makes it safe somehow. Remarkable stuff. Remarkable. It stays at 2-1, but how?
Oh, there. Who's got the Hawkeye? Who's got the Hawkeye technology? We didn't need it. That's amazing. Nanto just getting too much space on the edge of the penalty box here. Not closed down quickly enough. It's a brilliant strike. Zanotti does well just to get it on target. Josh Keeley, brilliant reactions from the goalkeeper. Picks himself up quickly. Look, he's on the deck here. Adrian, he's up quickly. Senses the ball might be coming back. Great athleticism. There's all of that ball over the line. Never, never.
The Kenny Cunningham verdict is never. A big scare for Ireland in the dying seconds of the game. 5 additional minutes to be played at Turner's Cross. Hold on to your seats, folks. Polio show. Sam Curtis battling and dueling to win it back. Prati or Parola. They made a right mess of that. Italy and Ireland will slow it down further. And Ireland will make a late change here with Teo Adramola about to come on. Well, Zanotti must have thought he was the Italian hero there. Superb from Josh Keeley. So Teo Adramola is on, and Sean Rowan goes off, and he works so hard, Sean Rowan.
Oh, Adrian. Every player out there is giving absolutely everything, not just everything in terms of character, energy, fight spirit, all those type of things, but real quality as well. All those players. Sam Curtis, I have to mention again, I thought he's been outstanding. That kind of right wing back position. He's done absolutely everything right. Indeed goes well on his inside. We've been so strong down this right hand side. We really have. Lowell, Curtis and Adiko on the inside. They've been absolutely fantastic front players. Garcia McNulty as well, captain's role he's played this evening. And Josh Keeley, when we really needed him, Adrian, when we really needed him, he's produced for us.
Well, here's Killian Phillips, the player of the match, almost in Zanotti, who had that big moment a few moments ago for Italy at the other end. Back defending. By the way, Nanto just a few moments ago picked up a yellow card for the Italians. And it's all about playing down at this end of the pitch of the dying embers of the match here. Teo Adramola. No great rush to take the throw in. Ireland on the verge of a big win in the group. Adramola near the corner flag. Coppola defending. Squirts behind. Italian goal kick. There's still time for the Italians to fashion at least one more chance in the match. Duplanche out to the right-hand side, helped on by Zanotti, and Adaramola will allow the ball to bounce out of play. And after the disappointment of Friday, this would be such a tonic for the Irish team, won't it? You can see it out now, Kenny.
Oh, absolutely. Taking the scalp, team of the calibre, the pedigree of the Italians, to a huge amount for the confidence of these players. Given that belief, if any was needed, they're good enough to compete at this level against teams of this quality. There's no doubt about that after this performance this evening.
Another change being made by the Republic of Ireland. Dynamo Amaku is going off, and Adam Murphy of St. Patrick's Athletic about to come on to add some solidity to the Irish midfield at this late point in the match. So Amaku has certainly ran his socks off for Ireland. Covered so much ground. Very frustrated at being substituted on Friday in Drammen in Norway. They've all played their part for the Republic of Ireland tonight. Sent along by Duplanche. Bove sending it forward. The Italians still offering a threat in the last few seconds. Colio show. Away from Curtis. Superbly defended by Adiko. Turikia. Colio show. And now Nonto. Pirola. In the 4th minute of additional time at Turner's Cross, Nonto sliding it down the line. Colio to deliver the cross, and a flicked header from Ambrosino just wide.
Well, holding our breath there, Adrian. Really slick play from the Italians, give them credit. Nonto and Colio down this left-hand side. Some decent delivery into the box as well. Not an easy header from Ambrosini. Under real pressure from Gretton. I think is Sean Gretton doing enough. Was disciplined defending that. He could have got too aggressive there, knocked over the Italian centre forward and given away a penalty. Just made physical contact with him, knocked him off balance, made the header as difficult as possible.
You've been very impressed with this Irish display.
Oh, I really have. And the defending, surprise, surprise. It's been great, and not just across the defensive line, that kind of back five, the screen in front from the midfield three, the work rate in front two. It's been a real collective effort in and out possession of football, Adrian. It's been really impressive.
Turikia forward. There's a one late chance for the Italian. Sam Curtis gets an important toe to it. Turikia. And they have to go for it now. Italy sent forward. Gideon Phillips hits the deck. Johnny Kenny gets a touch to it. Time almost up. Colio show. 5 minutes have been and gone. There goes on. There's an opportunity. Bove with a shot. Nonto. Oh no, it's got in. Italy have equalised in the 6th minute of additional time. Nonto celebrates, but it was deflected in. Oh, it's heartbreaking for Ireland. Almost there, but Italy have snatched a point.
It's going to be so difficult to commentate on this one, Adrian. It really is. I think we're all feeling the heartbreak after watching this. Hopeful ball into the box. Problem is we don't win that initial header. That hasn't happened too often this season, Adrian. It really hasn't. When that ball's been delivered into the box, we've always won this initial header. We don't. Lawal's just nudged underneath the ball. We can't win the second. It's a deflected shot, isn't it? Arrives, fortunately, straight at the head of Nonto. No criticism here of Healy. Tries to get himself in the way, make himself as big as possible. It's a scruffy enough goal, all right, but it's heartbreaking stuff from an Irish point of view.
Well, football can be a cruel game, and Italy have managed to draw level. Now in the 97th minute, but I would imagine the referee will not add on too much more additional time. Ireland get the game in motion, but that is it. The game is up. It has ended in a 2-2 draw. Really tough on Ireland, who are just seconds away from a very famous win. But Italy drawing level right at the death. Cruel on Ireland, full time. Republic of Ireland 2, Italy 2.
Look at fight.
Thank you very much to both Adrian and to Kenny as well. There seem to be scenes happening over at the dugouts, lads. Here you can see Sinclair Armstrong there being pulled away by Jim Crawford and some of his teammates. Stephen Kelly and Richie Sadler have been watching this. So disappointing, that goes without saying. The Italians, though, they were threatening towards the end.
A very good side, but Ireland were excellent. Absolutely good for them. They worked so hard. They were the better team overall. Should have won the game. Disappointed to come away with it, but they battled and they fought, and the Italians came up with something at the end. It was just so disappointing for them to get a draw, but still an unbelievable point against a very good team.
This Italy starting team, Richie, the starting team had 45 appearances in Serie A just this season alone, so it goes to show how did Ireland look the better team for most of that game?
Do you know, when I looked at the clock at 20 minutes to go and we were 2-1 up, and I compared it to the Norway fixture the other night, and I wondered how would the next 20 minutes go, and for the majority of it the football was being played in Italy's half. We finished the stronger, we looked more likely to score, and we looked more in control with a really good performance. And looking at pictures here on the pitch, everyone's losing their head a little bit. The referee's gotten involved. I think one or two may have been booked. The players are kind of having a go at each other, but it's the disappointment, I think, the frustration from those players. Killian Phillips there on the picture said beforehand, I hope he do himself justice. I know what he's capable of. Scored a goal, got player of the match. Absolutely delighted for him and for Jim Crawford. Really, really good performance. Who needs Andrew Moran?
Well, I think this team wouldn't mind Andrew Moran. We may see him in action for the seniors later on tonight. He is named on the bench for that. There you can see the Group A table in the under-21s. Ireland a point behind. Norway beaten in Turkey tonight as well. There is so much more to be played in this Group A before the campaign finishes. It is a quick finish from us tonight because we do have to head over to the Aviva Stadium. Thank you to Stephen and to Richie. Dara is up with Shay and Kevin after the break for live coverage of what could be Stephen Kenny's final game in charge of the Senior Republic of Ireland team against New Zealand. Regardless of this result or of what goes on at the Aviva this evening, what did just happen at Turner's Cross does suggest that the future is bright. Good night.